Today, we are very excited to welcome in Red Wings prospect and current Grand Rapids Griffin, Joe Veleno. Joe, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're really excited, and we were chatting a little bit about this offline, but you've been very active on the social media there. You're on Instagram, and you've been doing some really cool trick videos with Always Hockey. Is that how you're staying in hockey condition there?
A little bit. I mean, I try to get outside as much as possible, and obviously, I'd reached out to him. Was really impressed in what he was doing and all the tricks he was pulling off. But it's obviously something like I try to practice. Stick handling outside of my backyard, doing some tricks, learning how to be like him.
Joe, you began your Instagram career, shall we say, with the TP challenge, which you posted. Then you did something with whitening your teeth. I still don't quite understand what that was all about. Then you had the weight up the hill, which I don't even want to get into the whitening the teeth thing. But then you're pulling up the you're pulling up the weight. I don't know if it's a 50-pound weight up the hill. And then you do the stick handling skate one where you're on your rollerblades because you don't have ice right now. I mean, those are fun, but that's kind of to relieve the boredom too, although there is obviously some hockey skill and thinking of hockey going into it.
Yeah, I mean, I still try to do as much as I could do. I know social media has been pretty big right now during this time, so I guess the people who follow me, I guess, want to see, what all players have been up to, and I've been doing some stuff outside my house that's still kind of hockey related and training related. So I might as well just share that with everyone. And I've been trying to get out there as much as I could, and came a little creative with doing some drills and just kind of stick handling and showing what I could do on rollerblades.
Obviously a bit of strange circumstances for everybody right now, but are you on any like team regulated workout program? Do they got you doing anything just to stay in shape in case the season does resume?
Oh yeah, so the Wings obviously have us doing our program, and been following that, but some days I'd go over to the hill and work out over there and run some sprints. Other than that, we've just been following a program that obviously the Wings gave us to stay in shape.
Your brother Michael is studying to be a trainer, and I know that you have a gym and he's put some exercises together. How beneficial has it been to have somebody right in your house who you can bounce things off of and who can say, hey, Joe, you're slacking off a little bit today. You've got to hit the weights a little bit harder. I mean, I would imagine that helps you out.
Yeah, it does. For sure. It always helps when someone's there pushing you all the time. I mean, he's been pretty busy with studying. I mean, he finished doing his exams, I think, on Friday. So, but yeah, it definitely helps when, someone's there, watching you and pushing you a little bit. He's been really good older brother to me. He's definitely taught me a lot of things that I learned the hard way with him. We get along really well, and he definitely helps me out in a lot of ways.
Let's talk a little bit about pretty much your first complete year as a professional hockey player. Do a little self-evaluation for us. How do you think that first year went for you?
Well, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a whole nother experience, a whole other opportunity that I got to experience. And I thought, being in Grand Rapids, really good city, and obviously I'm familiar with most of the people there. I spent my summer in Detroit, so I was pretty familiar with a lot of the staff already and some of the players. And the first half obviously was an adjustment on the ice. Things, obviously the speed was higher and everything, guys are stronger, and everything was a lot harder than juniors. But I think once I got the opportunity to play in the World Juniors, I gained a lot of confidence there. And when I came back to Grand Rapids, I kind of took my game to another level, and used a lot of my strengths consistently every day, every game. And I thought I ended up doing quite well second half of the season.
Joe, you mentioned the World Juniors where Team Canada won the gold medal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Team USA beat you in that tournament?
No, they didn't.
I must have been dreaming then. Sorry about that. I was kind of wondering about.
No,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be messing around with Joe.
We did get a beating from Russia though, so I could say that.
Yeah. But you guys took care of business when you had to. When it was on the line, Team Canada came through,
Yeah.
and you were an integral part of that. And what I want to ask you about is that with the upcoming NHL draft, the Wings are going to pick, depending on how it sorts out. They could pick one, they could pick two. They're going to pick no lower than four. There's four definitive players that everyone thinks are going to be in the top four. Two of them were your teammates on, or actually three of them were your teammates on the World Junior team. And then you played against Tim Stutzel, the German, in international competition. I'm kind of curious. Alexis Lafreniere, Quentin Byfield, and Jamie Drysdale. Any way you look at it, depending on which one of those four, and it's kind of a lock that one of those four is going to be a Red Wing. What can you tell us about those players? And I would imagine you're looking forward to playing with any one of those four.
Yeah, obviously the more Canadians, the better, but they're obviously really good players. They're obviously really good players. I played with three of them, and they're really good kids too, like off the ice. I know Drysdale is more of a kind of a shy personality, but he's definitely like a really good kid. You can see that. And then Laffy and Quentin, they're two gifted players with a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and obviously really good people too. Like every guy on that team was was really fun to be around. They had obviously their own sense of character, and they couldn't really say anything more about them, but they're elite players that are going to be really good NHL players eventually one day, turn into superstars. But I know Alexi a lot more just by playing with him over the last couple of years, playing against him too in the queue. He's definitely a dominant force. He can take over the game whenever he wants, and really good players, all of them.
You were roommates with Mo Seider this year, both of you playing your first year pro. I would imagine that the hair products that you two must have is immense in your apartment there. But aside from that relationship, that relationship just really kind of blossomed. Can you talk about your friendship with you and Mo? Because obviously you guys really click.
Yeah, he's definitely the first day I met him. There was just something, we both connected instantly in the summer when I picked him up from the hotel and we'd work out together. We just, at first, the car drives were really quiet. Like we didn't have much to say, but, once we started getting familiar with one another, we started talking a lot more and sharing things, and started hanging out too, like outside the gym and outside the rink. We'd, go watch a movie and go out for dinner. So we just got along really well. We had a lot of the same things in common, same type of person almost. And, we just got along really well. So, we ended up sharing an apartment in Grand Rapids together, and, everything went well. And, we both enjoyed, that first year experience, on our own.
Joe, I got to tell you, Art already mentioned yours and Mo's hair once, but he has told me that he's jealous of your hair. He wishes he had as much as you do.
Really? I have okay hair, but I think like right now it's pretty, like it's long. Like I don't usually keep it this long, but I don't know. I mean, he's got good hair too. I'm surprised he'd say something like that.
Thank you. All right, let me ask you a serious hockey question. I know your goal, and you've been impressive for the last couple of years at training camp. You've played some preseason games for the Red Wings. You were sent back to Drummondville one year, your junior team, and then obviously you were in Grand Rapids last year. The goal to make the Red Wings your center. You're going to be a center in the NHL. We all know you're going to be a Red Wing. Do you allow yourself to think about, I've got a great opportunity here in Detroit. If I just stick to my guns here, I could be in Detroit very, very soon?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Detroit's got a lot of opportunity right now, and they're obviously in the midst of rebuilding and, getting some new players and getting some young players into the team. So I see that as a really good opportunity for myself. And obviously I want to, work hard every day to attain that goal and to play for the Red Wings. Obviously it'd be a dream come true just to play in the NHL, but playing for the Red Wings is obviously special. And you look back at all that, all the history they have there, their original 6 team, and beautiful arena and really nice setup for us. So it'd be obviously really awesome to be a Detroit Red Wing for a long time.
One last question for you, Joe. I know you're buddies with Philip Zadina as well, who spent some time in Detroit this season and had a pretty solid rookie season up with the Red Wings. Do you take any advice from him, or has he given you any advice on how to get to that stage?
I mean, yeah, like in the summer, I know we got pretty close. Obviously that our young group that was working out and training on the ice, we spent a lot of time talking to each other. And when he was in Grand Rapids for the first half of the year, he gave us some advice and things to follow and how things are a little bit. So he was, really open person to talk to and share your feelings with, and asking him questions, whatever you want, he'll answer you. But yeah, he's obviously a great player, and he's worked really hard. Like you see, when he was in Grand Rapids, he was working out, a lot and kind of showing some good examples and good signs of leadership, and great person too, really easy to talk to, like I said. But he when he steps on the ice, he's ready to work, and he's ready to play, and really competitive person. So kind of learned that a lot from him. Got to know that he's really pissed when things aren't working out as well, but he wants to be the best, and he's got that compete and that drive to kind of want to be the best player out there all the time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to have you and great to catch up with you. Glad to see everything's going well, and I hope that you stay safe and healthy during these times. Downtown Hockeytown is brought to you by Labatt Blue Light, refreshing Canadian Pilsner. Visit your local retailer when safe to pick up some Labatt Blue Light.